Greetings, greetings. What is up? I'm back, and it's time for more Batman. So, apologies first of all, I suppose, for not getting the stream going yesterday as I'd planned and I suppose announced. What happened was my sleep schedule, instead of improving, just happened to get even more fucked over the last day or two. So I pretty much slept most of the day yesterday, and then I thought about doing a stream a little later, but weather was unbearably hot, so I just, I just didn't, basically. It's long and short of it. But I figured I should try and make up for it today. So let me just get a little stuff here organized. Sitting up here. Okay, I've got time split good to go. Today, of course, we'll be continuing on from last time's PlayStation debacle, the Batman Beyond game, which was rather terrible. Today we're playing the Game Boy Color version, which we did take a super brief look at the end of the last Batman stream. It looks to be similar, but probably better. Not to say that I saw anything that made it look particularly good. It just so happened that the PlayStation game was particularly bad. So let's see if the Game Boy Color game is any better. And sure as fuck hope so. Okay, I think we've got everything sorted here. Let me just find my way around all these goddamn windows all over my monitors. And let's get the emulator up and running. And let's maybe get rid of this music, as good as it is. We're better off hearing what the game we're playing has to offer. As always, audio levels, a bit of a blow up. Let me know. We got more generic bot rock, 5-second loops. Alright, there's a password system. That's promising. That means we probably won't be stuck forever. Or so I hope, anyway. I don't know. There's not that much more to say, is there? Why don't we start the timer and start the game? Getting an emergency signal from Gotham Air and Space. Who the? Stay back! We're jokers, pal. Say goodnight. Alright, I guess that's the condensed version of the terrible cutscene in the PlayStation version. Audio sounds good. Okay, cool, Jane Container. Thanks. And hello, by the way. Okay, so we got, select brings up a way cooler pause menu than the PlayStation game. Alright, we don't have any gadgets. Start just pauses. Punch on B, do a little combo, and jump on A. There's no shadow, which makes, like, depth axis jumping a little awkward, but pretty decent control. Better than in the PlayStation 1, I would say. Okay, I thought we just had this conversation. But these screens look pretty good. Why did we start the level, walk 2 steps, and then get the rest of the intro? Oh well. Okay, walk into it. So let's see how like Z-axis collision is gonna. Well, so far, this game definitely has better, like, fighting mechanics than the PlayStation game. I mean, I've played worse feeling... Oh, you can run. No running attack, though. I've certainly played worse feeling 8-bit beat-em-ups. Is that like the Metal Gear alert going on there, or... Well, I'm delighted that the game does not seem absurdly difficult like the other one, where like enemies would just like your combo, your attacks actually have hit stun here. Ouch! Get generated. I believe that's a Dark Knight Discus. Nunchaku, versatile weapon and tool. The shield, okay. Protection from enemy attack. My mistake. What's going on here? Is he holding, like, I can't even see what's happening. Okay, that cutscene triggered before I went through the door. Is there like a stealth thing here? Well, I guess so. Oh shit, it's like even animations for punching down from a platform. This game is like, okay, no, you can just do like a down punch combo. Oh, it's life. Nice. Oh, you can hold oh, how did I do that kick? This definitely does seem like a pretty like faithful adaptation, except it's like plays better. Okay, I guess we got alternate paths. But hey, without the load times and long ass animations, the game generally playing better. Like some of the perspective stuff is kind of confusing, but this is more enjoyable to play, that's for sure. Ah. Okay, this is probably a little detour just to collect some bonus stuff. This does look like the door I went into. The dialogue seems to be the same, but I guess it's probably taken from the movie? Boss? Oh, hey, it's the crane thing. Oh, there we go. Alright, I got a little stuck in my animation there. So I guess we gotta distract the crane here. Jump kick seems pretty good. Yep, fucking generating. That's pretty sick. I somehow doubt it works the same on enemies. Actually, it kind of does. They just have like smaller hitboxes. Or hurt boxes, I guess. More optional stuff. I somehow get less lost. Ah! Than in the PlayStation 1. Okay, there no rep. Okay, gotta take care of these. You have good air control. I don't know if going here was really worth it, but you have 3 lives, I guess. Password system. Rocket boots? LCC, sorry, we did the PlayStation version, so we're skipping the N64 one since it's essentially the same game. I only do like multiple versions of the same game if they're notably different. Ouch! Yeah. Yes, okay, I do respawn. Oh, that was a waste. Okay, let's tank it. You do respawn in place. Oh shit, you can glide. Wait, does it work? Okay. Ouch. Controls aren't the best, but they're serviceable. Sometimes it's a little iffy, like turn around quickly, but it's pretty decent. Looks like a boss room or something. You know, I really would like to play more GBC games. It's a system like I really haven't played that much of the like GBC specific library. It's just unfortunate that I don't really have a good way of playing those games. I mean, in terms of real hardware, and especially if I wanted to stream. I mean, I have a Super Game Boy, which is great for original Game Boy games. I guess the best way to play GBC games is probably the Game Boy player for the GameCube. That thing plays color games, right? I mean, you'd think it should at least. Ah. Get jump kick generated. Dude, I did not press up, but oh. It's something I'm kind of curious to look into now that I think about it, but I'm also not sure. I know that my GameCube is one of those later ones that do not have the digital output. So I don't know. I'm super not knowledgeable about GameCube stuff in general. But I also know that Nintendo hardware is like really weird. They've got some weird... Yeah, like this art actually looks better than the stuff in the PlayStation one, I think. I know that Nintendo has a history of strange hardware choices in terms of like regional differences. Hey off man, we pretty much just got started. We beat the first stage. This looks to be basically the same game as the PlayStation 1, except way better. You don't take a bunch of damage automatically. Yeah, Joker looks better than in the other one. Anyway, to get back to what I was saying, I know that like some Nintendo consoles have like weirdly like differing support for certain controllers and cables and stuff between different regions, and I want to say not all GameCubes have RGB out, but I'm not sure if that's a fact, or and if so, I don't know specifically what model I have and whether that does. In any case, I wouldn't necessarily want to try to stream over like composite, I guess. I also don't know if the Game Boy player, if it's how it handles refresh rate, frame rates and stuff like that, and if there's a difference in PAL. I assume the Game Boy player will play cartridges from all regions, since the Game Boy, to the best of my knowledge, does not have any kind of regional locking. Alright, these are a bit annoying. Less so than the PlayStation game, I guess, but still. Oh hey, these guys. They're a bit easier. At least we don't have the fucking flying Roombas that just you never get to hit. Oh, you like push up against the wall. Okay. Now what? Is there a door? Okay, are these like elevators? I guess they are. Okay. I wonder if like stealth is a thing in this game. Yeah, it would be fun. I know for sure there's definitely a couple of Game Boy Color games that I would love to get. I'd love to have the Metal Gear game, but I'm sure that's pretty expensive. That's would have to be one of the more sought after GBC games, I'd imagine. I definitely want to play the Wario Land sequels. They seem really cool. Yeah, again, it's just a system I'm not super knowledgeable about, so it's always fun to like explore and learn more about systems. I wonder if I'll ever use any of these items or weapons. Oh wow, jump kick right into the laser. I wonder if the passwords will record. Well, I didn't get a password for beating the level. Or do I have it? Okay, fuck. I was gonna say, if they record number of lives and stuff, and looking at that password, I'm sure it does. But for all we know, there might be... there might be continues and stuff too. Push comes to shove, I'm sure we can find passwords on Game FAQs or something. One way or another, I have a feeling that this game will not be with us for too long. Where I came from? No. Okay. Did I just, like, fucking come back? Oh boy. I would not have been upset if they got rid of some of these slightly maze-like level layouts, but... yeah, the sprites aren't gorgeous. Like the frame rate and speed of stuff is a bit... yeah, building up depth is a little questionable. Well, that's a floating pickup of some sort. Oh wow, they actually hit me. It's like the first time one of these enemies hit me almost. Generating... whoa, what hit me there? I took damage from something. All that for a stick. Maybe not so worth it. How does this work? Yeah, the Game Boy player in general, like, aside from the neat technical design, I guess, it's just a rad piece of hardware. Man, I guess if I did get that, I would want to get some sort of controller converter though, because man, the idea of playing Game Boy games on the GameCube controller is not thrilling. Okay, where the fuck am I going? Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure physically there's some cartridges that just won't fit. But that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, you can't expect something like that to have 100% compatibility. Man, I'm loving this generation jump kick. That's cool. Game Boy stuff in general is something I'd like to collect a little more of. I do have two, maybe three, but I think two. Try this one. Game Boy games coming in that Zen Market shipment. Those little maps or whatever in the background aren't very helpful, unfortunately. I won't spoil what they are because I want to do a little unboxing stream when I get them, but I look forward to it. It's, as I may have mentioned previously, unusually enough, when I did this round of shopping, I actually sort of focused on and managed to pick up a bunch of stuff that I'd been wanting to get for some time. Normally I just go for the cheapest whatever stuff I can. Dude, am I literally just traveling backwards here? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure if I know of any original Game Boy games, or unless you mean GBA games, because the only one I can think, the only one I've played, at least, with Rumble was Screwbreaker. I forget what they call it in English. It's a Game Freak game where you drill dozer, I think was the English name. You play as this girl who rides a mech suit with a big drill. It's a pretty cool game. Yeah, this is the fucking first room. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, let's see if we game over here. Alright, continue. Holy shit, I don't even continue. I actually continue right where I was, not from the start of the stage. Alright, we'll get through this. Perfect Dark. Pokemon Pinball. Huh. Perfect Dark makes sense, but just I'm not sure if I've ever really heard of it or seen it. I know there's a Turok platformer on GBC that a friend of mine always swore by. Just go to like the first door here. I don't even know. Top Gear Pocket. I want to say there's a somewhat decent Tomb Raider game, like side-scrolling, vaguely Prince of Persia-like on the GBC. I mean, I know there was one. My memory. The question is more about whether it's actually good or if I just remember it that way for some reason. 20 GBC games with Rumble. That's crazy. I mean, I'm surprised I hadn't really heard of it. Let's try this. I'm gonna need a guide pretty soon, I think. If I can find my way around. I will say, at least the PlayStation version typically didn't let you backtrack completely. Yeah, but Booktide was GBA, right? I'm not crazy, am I? For some reason, I think of GBA as something that may have had more special cartridges and stuff. If only because it was a much more popular platform than the GBC. Like, when I think of the GBC, I think of it as not a failure by any means, but like sort of artificially extending the life of the original Game Boy, and not by a whole lot. So these aren't like actual doors, are they? Let's try killing all the enemies and see if we can get inside them. Because the GBC came out in what, 99 or something? And the GBA was like 2001. And I feel like the GBC was pretty quickly abandoned once the GBA came out. At least that's the impression I had. I mean, I didn't have either system, so... Now I'm back to the beginning. Fuck it, I'm gonna look up a guide. I don't want to mess around with this for... forever. Okay, give me a sec here. And I mean, it's you kind of expect all games all platforms that are hugely popular to just through the size of the library, you're gonna end up with some quirky releases, including special cartridges and stuff. I'm actually curious how large the GBC library is. I'm sure there's a lot of Japanese exclusives. Let's see. God, this FAQ's got fucking all the dialogue in it. That's really important. God, this is unreadable. Okay, stage 2, Wayne Enterprises. Ride the elevator in the middle, floor up. Okay. Let's try again. Let me read ahead a little bit here. Both elevators lead to different floors, but both will eventually lead to the exit. That's not my experience. For the purpose of beating this level, take the elevator on the left. I guess that's the one we just took. Right? Oh, fuck, it's so ambiguous. It says, like, ride the middle elevator. And then the next paragraph it says, take the left elevator. But I'm not sure if it's referring to the elevator I just took or the upcoming one. 581 sounds like a lot. I wonder if that, I mean, there's no way that it is GBC only games. I'm trying to think, like, what's, like, could that include all Game Boy games? So it does sound, I don't know, like, Famicom NES is like, what, 1,500 games-ish, if you count all regions. I guess I could believe the entire Game Boy library being something like 581 games, although that sounds Well, I guess I was gonna say it sounds lower than I would have guessed. It's, I mean, the Game Boy was around for a long time, including the GBC's lifespan. It was just over 10 years. But in the second half of the 90s, I gotta imagine the release, I mean, the releases wouldn't have been that frequent. And I mean, the install base for as popular as the Game Boy was probably was not quite on the level of the Famicom. Okay, let's see here. Right, the elevator on the right. Up, let's hope this is the one. Run past the... Okay. Let me just see here. To the right. Okay, this is the wrong room. Let's see if I can take the elevator back. It says continue to the right, and this one starts on the rightmost part of the room. Thousand Games sounds more accurate. But it sounds crazy that more than half of those would have any kind of GBC. Okay. Fuck, I'm like already confused. What is it with people writing guides and just making them fucking impossible to follow? And even right back to where I came. I mean, the instruction for every single floor is like, avoid the turret, take out the enemies, take the elevator on the left, or take the elevator on the right, proceed to the right, do the same thing on the next floor, blah, blah, blah. But following the instructions, like, it says take the elevator on the left, for example, and I take the elevator on the left, and the next sentence says go to the right. And I end up in a room that looks like this. So I don't even fucking know. Yeah, of course, it's just, I understand how it happens. It's just dumb, and it's annoying. Hey there, Nesta Wolverine. We're currently stuck in a maze here and trying to figure out how the hell to progress in this level. Let's assume this is the right way to go. Choose left. Elevator all the way to the left. Run to the right. Dude, I think we're actually progressing here, because this... Well, it's not the same first floors or whatever, so... We might be onto something here. Hey, Macaw. Yeah, this game was, like, highly superior to the PlayStation 1 up until this. It's still mostly superior. But it's... This is fucking stupid. Every single room looks identical too, so... Oh, you're stuck. Your jump kicks have generation mechanics though, so that's pretty good. And enemies actually are in like hit stun when you hit them, unlike the PlayStation game. sake. Oh, hello. Whew. Billions ours. I'm king of the world. Ha ha ha. Alright, okay. Oh wait, I didn't go through the door. They always do these weird cutscenes like right before you enter a door. But then you still have to enter manually. Also, I guess there's some sort of stealth element because you get like discovered. Like you would think that the stealth thing is something that was in the PlayStation game and is just awkwardly adapted in this one. But no, that was not in the other game. Well, Macaw, this and the PlayStation both were ostensibly developed by Kemco, but the PlayStation version does not really have hit stun, or at least your recovery on your attacks is like slower than the enemy's hit stun. So a lot of the time, like to make your attacks safe on hit, you have to cancel the recovery with a block. And even then, it's only like it's a gamble whether it actually works. Sometimes they still sneak in an attack after they get hit before you can block it. And blocking, like if you are wearing the defense suit, you don't take chip damage. But otherwise, if you wear any of the other 4 suits, you take chip damage from every hit too. That game is really, really bad. So, I mean, technically, the PlayStation 1 has hit stun. It just has very little of it. Ah! Let's see what this says here. Okay, there's apparently a mini boss fight here. Some more dialogue. I guess he's like listening in to a radio or something, but I really can't tell what the hell we're looking at. Oh well, whatever. Chucko, is that the boss? Oh, it's the sentry robot thing. Oh, shit. Alright, that was the boss. Head left. Enemies. There's a door eventually. Okay. I think we're past elevator hell. Ah. Okay. Nice health. I'm glad this game is a bit of a cakewalk because, yeah, it's... I feel like I've there's been a lot of difficult games recently in this series. It's always nice with a little palate cleanser of a pushover between those ultra punishing, especially really, really bad games like Batman and Robin, which is like incomprehensible, controls terribly, and is like super unfair with one life and getting like insta-killed by random goons and shit. Because we're still, I think, a ways off from when we can just assume games to be like just feel good to play and just be fun in general. People have been going on and on about Dark Tomorrow and how terrible it is, so yeah, this is the guy who did like Blanca Balls. We just block him. Oh yeah, there we go. Just block and punish in the other game. In this game, I guess, generate him. Oh, dude, I wonder if you can corner him. Ouch, not like that, I guess. Oh. No, game over here. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I guess we can probably continue on the boss, yeah. Dude, he does a lot of damage. Oh, dude, the fucking projectile. It's hard to avoid. Yeah, the combo does more damage than the generation. I think he shot me, but who the hell knows? Okay, got him. Oh, that's Choco, okay. Is that the guy who's like the guns and stuff? Alrighty then, let's go, boys. Heck of a night, eh, Bruce? Yes, sir. Alright, that's pretty good. Not sure if that was Wayne Manor or Arkham Asylum, but I guess it was Arkham Asylum. Yeah. A threat, eh? Oh boy. I'm gonna fucking follow the guide here. Be cautious throughout the whole level for spots on the wall where it's darker brown. Loose, oh, whatever, who gives a shit. Oh, thanks, Norp. You don't have to bother. I think we'll be fine. Let's... Actually, we might need a password to restart from the beginning if we get lost. Let's try our hand at this level. Cute snake guys. I guess the presents are, yeah, the boxes. The thing is, whenever I game over, I can restart in the same room with 3 lives. So I'm not too worried about like getting stuck. Wow, I thought I stopped before that, but... Oh, okay. Maybe we need the password? Oh, okay. That was fucking weird. Yeah, this stage had some platforming and stuff, as I recall. In the PlayStation game. Ah! There's like no feedback either on whether you hit them. Oh, let's go in here. Passwords. I mean, I'm glad the passwords are there. I'd rather there be passwords than not passwords, but you don't really need them in case you intend to play through the game in one sitting. I mean, for a portable game, it's always nice, I guess, to be able to complete the game in bursts, one way or another. They look so friendly, the snakes. Ah! Fucking generated by spikes. Worse than electrical floors. I guess it's just random whether he does the punch, like finisher, which lets them stand, like keep standing, or whether he does the uppercut that knocks them down. Come on. Okay, dialogue, that's probably the right way. Joker's like stomach faced. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's the lower resolution, I guess, would lend itself to emotes. That's true. I think we just punched in the gut. Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to add this happy snake guy. Friendly neighborhood snake thug. Okay, that is. I was gonna say, like, I don't know about that pose, like lying down, but it is a pretty good sprite. I didn't really pay attention to it before because it just kept my eyes on Batman. But I guess that is a pretty good sprite. I'm gonna assume that this is like bonus stuff, and this is the actual progression. There's nowhere back, so that's a good sign. It means we're probably on the right track. So sad. But the game actually like changes music. PlayStation 1 just has like the same music looping forever. Yeah, we'll see if I remember. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. I'm not sure how memorable this is going to be after today, but we'll see. I mean, hey, we can keep Snake Dude, keep his memory alive through the power emotes. Well, you can. Actually, no, I'm not sure. That used to be a feature of Pranker Face E, but I'm not sure if that disappeared when Twitch changed shit. It used to be that you could start typing emote and you could get like suggestions or like tab, like you can usernames. but I'm not sure. I often just use the visual thing. You can click and bring up the menu when it's stuff that's either like annoying to type, or if I'm unsure about the spelling or what have you. Well, I feel like there's not a whole lot to say about this. It's very much the same thing over and over here. Better worse than image. Alright, well. To each their own. This is the only way we can go from here, right? Okay, well, this looks like progress. Kind of ice. Can I generate this? Yep. It's really weird. Whenever you do these, like, generate jump kicks, you often end up landing, like, higher up on the screen than you jumped, even though you never touch the up direction. I guess I was somehow hiding. Maybe you can sneak past, like, without triggering the fight. Needless to say, the guide doesn't mention it at all, so... Wow. Kicked me out of the air. Alright, we're... in progress. Can I punch this thing? Guess not. Ah! Yeah, the cutscenes are a bit, I don't know. They were almost tough enough to follow in the PlayStation version. Here, they're really strange. I mean, especially just having that one graphic not showing what's happening at all, just dialogue from some generic unnamed thugs who we don't even see. I don't know, it's a stretch to imagine caring about the story in this, really. I mean, I was assured by at least someone in chat last time that the movie is actually good. And that might be. I mean, obviously, this would not be the most fair representation of it no matter what. But it's like... this game has an awful lot of dialogue and plot going on for how sort of nonsensical it ends up being. Oh no. Okay, I hope that was correct. Ah, you can't stomp. I love that there's no shadow. You have fucking no idea where you are. Okay, I hope we're progressing here. But really, I had no way of knowing. I don't know if there's multiple floors or there's just a bottomless pit down there or what's going on. Oh, okay, I got close to the door. That's weird that the cutscene can trigger in the middle of a fight. But you can't actually open the door and go through. Shouldn't have gotten fancy, but oh well. Ah. Come on. Some previous games made me want to rewatch. Yeah, I had that feeling when I first started with the movie games. But I wanted to buy the Blu-ray box set with the original 4 movies. And now we're actually past the point in the series of games. Because I didn't want to watch the movies ahead of time. Although I inevitably sort of ended up doing that anyway when I was grabbing sound clips for the alerts. I guess I should look into getting that box set again. I really want to hear Joel Schumacher's commentary track on his movies. Yeah, I was thinking of that because I guess I'm gonna end up in the same position with, well, Batman Begins is the last one, I guess. Because there's no other. I mean, of the games in this challenge anyway, there's no games based on any movie after that. I'm curious if I should watch the movie first, see how well the game follows the movie, or if it's better to just try and see playing the game without the movie fresh in your memory and see how well it does. And dude, I think I actually successfully stealthed. No, I can't. Ah, fuck. Ah, no, dude. Oh, the generation is real. I've seen all Batman movies, but not recently. Not sure when the last time was that I saw Batman Begins, actually. I have rewatched it. It's not... I have watched it since 2005 or whenever it came out, but... oh yeah, I haven't seen this. I mean, I've seen all of the theatrical live-action movies. I haven't seen all of the animated ones. I mean, if you'd want to count it, I haven't seen Justice League either. But out of the 60s movie, the 80s and 90s movies, and the Nolan trilogy, I've seen all of those. Well, this is a better spot to do this fight anyway, not in a staircase. I actually would like to see more. Well, first of all, the animated series. I've only watched bits and pieces here and there. I would like to give that a proper go and watch it like in its entirety, or at least in sequence and in English. But like, with the exception of the occasional episode of Brave and the Bold, I haven't really seen any of the other animated Batman stuff. Only through like doing research on the games that I'm playing did I realize that there was apparently, if I'm remembering correct, there was a show called The New Adventures of Batman or whatever, which was, I think, a separate series, because the animated series eventually changed titles to The Adventures of Batman and Robin, but it was essentially, it was the same show, just like the title and opening was different in the later seasons. The New Adventures, I believe, is a separate show. And then there was the Batman, which came a little later, which my understanding is that it was pretty much a flop. It wasn't very long. It didn't last very long. But I'm curious to see it just to see what it's like. I remember really liking Batman's design in the Batman. He's got a much more like sleek sort of look than the square-jawed, barrel-chested version from the original animated series. But I do remember hating the Joker's design. Alright, bosses are a bit of a pushover, one might say. What is on? What's up? Playing some quality Batman games. Alright. Top Chef. Well, I mean, it's better than the PlayStation version that we played last time. Okay. Oh yeah, this is where they explain that Robin was kidnapped and brainwashed or whatever. He made him into a Joker Jr. or whatever. His mini-me, I guess. Alright, that sad Batman's pretty damn good. Shame it's like cut off. I guess this scene was in the PlayStation 1 too. Higher resolution. Joker Jr. Yeah, like seemed familiar. Just thinking if we could rip that, but it's probably framed the same way. Troop here. Ordinary life. He's an engineer. Boom. Okay, here we are. Okay, I guess. Go to the engineering tower. Oh yeah, this is the level that was like 3 seconds long, wasn't it? In the other one, anyway. No idea what the fuck these things are firing at. Alright, there's laser beams. Ah! Fucking rockets. Ah! Pretty hard to avoid. They're homing too, of course. Mr. Tim Drake, are you okay? Are you glitching out over there? Oh yeah, it's like he's stealing parts. You're communications engineer, you know parts. He's a hologram. All right, okay, maybe that's why it was glitched out. Suddenly turrets. Okay. Maybe they wanted to make the stage longer. I don't remember the hologram business in the other one. I don't know exactly what the deal was with this movie. It's possible that it's that it was broadcast as like a two-parter, like double episode, then like edited together as a movie. I think, didn't they do something like that with Mask of the Phantasm, the movie, the original like animated series movie, rather? I want to say there's like a TV edit or whatever, and like the whatever. But I think this was, I mean, this was not a theatrical movie anyway, so it would have been on TV anyway. Alright. I don't know what's going on with the Joker's face there, but smiley face with laser carved into Gotham City. Alright. You're crazy, Joker. Like, oh, yeah, okay, well. Tell him something he doesn't know. I mean, I guess it would make sense if the Drake he talked to was a hologram. But I don't remember that being so explicit in the PlayStation game. Also, I'm pretty sure we're done with Stage 4 now. It was like 2 rooms. Dollar Jack Candy Factory. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, we're on Stage 5, the last stage. Cutscene? Okay. And this one had a bunch of jumping too, I don't remember. Looks like it does in this game anyway. That's probably hidden stuff. Ladders? Oh, hey, climbing. I'm stuck, okay. Now we get robots. A lot of health, actually. Don't do much, though, so. Oh, okay. Except when they fire missiles. Great spacing to just generate them with jump kicks. Done here? Nope. Okay. Now we're done? How did that hit? It was clearly above me. Okay. Oh, finally. Let's hope this is the right way. Okay. Come on. Alright, half of them just walk off the platform. Okay, cool. As long as that doesn't count against me somehow. Alright, good. No! Oh! Oh, I got stuck. For some reason, whenever they're like above you, they seem to hit you more than you hit them. I mean, like in the depth axis, not on a platform. Oh shit. I thought I was punching him, but he was punching me. Sure, that did not hit me, but... Whew. Oh, this is getting a little tedious. Can I get him, like, drop down? I guess maybe there's not a pit here. This is the final stage, yes. I'm close to game over here, so I want to get to a new room at least. But we're not in the first room of the stage, so we're making progress. Even if we have to use 1 credit per room. Yeah, I know the feeling. That's part of the reason why I've had such a strange, like, sleeping schedule, because I just feel tired all day, and then at somewhere around 11 p.m. I like wake up for real because I can finally focus and it's nice and cool. Like it dips like between midnight and like 4 a.m. It goes down to like 13, 14 degrees. And then at about 4 the sun is up again, and between then and noon it's just, yeah, temperatures start going up. Ugh. Oh yeah, this was the thing, right? Wait, switch. In the other game, there were these doors, and you had to break them. Okay. So I guess this is the stage where you fight Chucko, the gun dude. I forget. Is this just a door? Okay. That's a mechanic, I guess. Okay, nice. We at least start here. Actually, dude, I should probably just kill myself here right away. I mean, we have pretty decent labor laws in this country, so I get a couple of weeks of paid holiday every year. But in terms of actually going places or doing something with those vacation days, that's a different matter. I'm pretty terrible at that. I kind of told myself that I really wanted to make sure to travel someplace or do, like, not travel far, but just like go to Stockholm and meet some friends or do something. So I don't just spend my entire vacation just sitting at home. But when I was making those, or not so much a plan, but like when I had that idea, I wasn't counting on being fucking knocked out by the heat. Like, I would not have been really in condition to travel anywhere. It would have honestly have been a pain. But maybe I can manage to get away for a day or two in the coming week or so. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, not that I mind just chilling, playing games. Like, these days it's like, I stream, I play some games off stream, I draw. And like, that's about it. That's all I do. Try to sleep. And that's not the worst, but it's more like when you get back to work after vacation and you didn't really do much. Or at least that was my experience last year. I didn't really feel like necessarily doing anything special. But by the time after a couple of weeks at home, I was like I was itching for a change of scenery. And that was like right when I got back to work. Yeah. But I'm not talking about like traveling abroad or like going something like that. Just like I said, just a change of scenery. Not that I wouldn't mind going on a trip, but I really kind of hate the logistics and planning around stuff like that. It's a pain, and honestly, I'm a bit worried about traveling by myself. Not worried in that I'm afraid I will get into trouble or anything like that. It's more like I'm worried that I wouldn't have so much fun or what to do, or like I could picture it really just it being me going someplace and just sitting in a hotel room for a few weeks or whatever. Can't get up here, so but I intend, planning is maybe a big word, but I certainly intend to go to Japan whenever I can, I guess. I was planning on going to Japan this spring. I was hoping it would work out, but the reality of the situation with work. I mean, I've been to Japan twice. I have friends there that I would want to meet up with. I'd honestly go there to shop mostly. But I would really love to try to go to some events and stuff there too. I mean, I've essentially been saving up for it for like a few years now, so I have the money, but... Alright, that was a mid-boss, by the way. Oh! Great. Yeah. What happened was... Like, it's tricky because I work... My job is partially as a teacher, and we have to... my work schedule is dictated largely by the school calendar. And that means that July basically is the vacation month. There's not much is happening, and at any other part of the year, it becomes a little trickier to take extended periods of time off. And if I'm traveling to Japan, for example, because the flight is the most expensive part, or a expensive part, and not to mention, it's pretty stressful and, you know, it's tiring. If you're gonna fly there and back, you want to stay there for a while. You don't want to, you know, spend essentially 2 days traveling and then be there for... Oh boy. Any less than at least like a few weeks. But and that makes it a little tricky. However, I had it sort of worked out that I could go in the spring. But what happened was a few key people at my company quit. So we had to kind of scramble to make things work. All right, see you, buddy. And what had previously been a, you know, pretty good time to take some time off ended up being a like critical time for me to be present and help run things. So that was kind of the end of that. I was like, obviously, in a way, it was a relief. I had a bit of, some cold feet about the whole thing. Not that I don't want to go, but again, it would be my first time. Actually, I guess technically not my first time traveling even to Japan alone, but last time I went to visit my then girlfriend who was living there. Oh boy. Oh, I have to do the jumping shit again. And we had not actually met in person prior to that, so that was kind of scary in its own way. But it ended up being great. I had an awesome time. But it was pretty much, I went there and knew that I was going to stay with her, and I didn't need to worry so much about anything. It was just, I just went there and hung out with her, and aside from wanting to make sure to like get some shopping done that I wanted or whatever, I could leave everything else to her, like in terms of what to do, where to go. It would be a little different if I just traveled by myself. If I went there now, part of the reason why I started sort of planning the trip even remotely seriously was because I actually was invited by a friend to come visit and come stay with her. But it's another person who we've known each other online for probably 5 years or something at this point. But we've never met, and it's always a little awkward. It's like I feel like you're maybe imposing a little bit if you're like, hey, I'm gonna crash in your tiny apartment. We are friends, we have similar interests, we can mostly communicate, but there's a bit of a language barrier. I'm sure there will be weird cultural barriers, stuff that doesn't come up when you're Skyping or whatever, but when you are staying with someone, it's a different thing. So that ended up being a little like, let's see how this goes. And then when it became clear that I wasn't going to be able to go, what the heck? Do I need to kill the guys, or do I need a fucking key card or something? Let's try to defeat these guys first. That's okay. Thank you for the advice. Please tell me I can go through here. Oh, fuck. But what's the deal? Do I need to find a switch or a key or... Yeah, I'm like a terrible host like that too. In fact, I might go... another person I know from Japan who... We went to school together, and she came to visit me here in Sweden. Boy, I don't know how many years ago. 10 years ago, probably, when I think about it. Shit. Okay, that wasn't so bad. And she's traveling here and wants to come visit, and I'm like... I'm looking forward. It's going to be fun to see her, but... the hosting aspect, like I'm kind of stressing out over a bit. We're not super close or anything. So it's not going to be, and she's not like staying with me for weeks or anything. It's maybe a day or two at most. Alright, 3 lives anyway. Let's just mash out this shit. This game is definitely a little more substantial than I expected after beating the first stage in like 7 minutes. It's pretty repetitive though. But yeah, so the thing is, I guess I never explained that very clearly, that in terms of traveling to Japan and my work schedule is that July, like this time of year, would be like the worst time to go in terms of... I mean, Japan is way hotter and more humid and generally awful weather-wise than here. But if you can go in the spring or in the fall, it's like really nice. So to me, probably the ideal time of year to go would be either around March or like October. Well, I mean, you can get köttbullar anywhere, but in terms of eating out, like going to places, I think kebab and pizza are like the more ubiquitous stuff. But you could definitely... Actually, I'm trying to think. There's a good place here that, like... Here's where I would take someone who's like coming to visit. When I used to live in Gothenburg, it was a lot easier. It's a much more tourist-friendly city than where I live now, and a much just cooler and better city in general. Right track, I guess. Gothenburg, yeah. Not quite. Göteborg. It's the... I guess, is it the second or third largest city? I forget. It's one of the major cities on the west coast. And I used to live there for quite a few years. And it's a very nice city. I really like it. But also just on account of being a larger city than where I live now, there's just more stuff in terms of restaurants and stuff like that. And they actually have there is a meatball restaurant, or there used to be. I don't know if it's still around, but probably. I think it's a pretty old one. But I remember another time, another acquaintance from Japan came to visit, and so we wanted to do something like Swedish. We went to what's probably my sort of favorite type of food establishment, which is I'm not sure how culturally ubiquitous this is, if it's a Swedish thing or if they're everywhere, but I describe them, I guess, as like a workers' cafe, like labor. Like it's the type of. It's sort of like a. They're often sort of like cafes, but they are essentially restaurants. They serve food, but they usually have a clientele, largely of like. People who work in manual labor, like construction workers, people in the harbor, that sort of thing. Those kind of places always have like a very particular atmosphere. And oh hey, it's these chicks. I like that you actually get to see the character names, unlike the other version. Can I just not do jump kicks? What the heck? I can't attack. Did my B button break or something? Hang on. Let me try something. No, I can back out of that menu just fine. I'm not allowed to attack? What the heck? Do I have to like trick them into standing on spikes? Is that how I'm supposed to beat them? I mean, they take damage from it. That seems a little silly. I'm pretty sure I can't leave the room, but I guess I could try. Nope. I mean, I have a billion items that I never use. No, I don't. Okay, never mind. Not allowed to use gadgets either. Well, at least that gives me the impression that this is intentional. Yeah, I couldn't move the cursor on the item menu. Oh no. My impregnable defense. Well, one of them is dead, okay, and the other one is almost. Yep, there we go. Oh, now I can punch. That was strange. But anyway, yeah, like those types of places, they always have like a super friendly atmosphere. They always have like the kind of food you'd want to eat if you're doing manual labor. So it's all like huge servings, tons of carbs, lots of like traditional food, and they're almost always cheap too. Because they're not fancy at all, just very homely and like aimed at workers. So yeah, like I just love those kinds of places, and a lot of the time you find those types of places like I don't know, for example, like in the harbor or something. But there's a great one like that, right like in the center of Gothenburg. It was pretty great. At the time, my brother was working at like web, I don't know what you'd call it, web bureau, that's what we would say in Swedish. That was like right next door from that cafe, so you'd often get breakfast there. They have these, and of course, another hallmark of those places is because they're like targeting a certain demographic, they're almost always open from like 5 a.m. So you can always sneak in there before work and get like nice hearty breakfast. Aha, now I control the satellite. Alright, so final boss. Oh, okay, this is the reveal, I guess. That we don't really see, because we just see Batman. Oh, shit. Never mind. I mean, I can enjoy a fancy restaurant for sure. But yeah, I usually prefer the more low-key establishments, I guess you could say. Like, I just like it, I guess, when it feels genuine and like homely. I don't know. That's something I like. And yeah, especially like, for example, in Japan, I've pretty much never had bad food in Japan. Food is pretty amazing all around over there. But I have a lot of like really nice experiences of just these really small hole-in-the-wall ramen places or something. And it costs nothing and it's super delicious. It's the best. I didn't really have that experience when I was in Bulgaria, though. That was kind of a disappointment. Like, I lived in Bulgaria for about a year, for those who don't know. And I was... Alright, let's generate the Joker here. Oh my god, okay. Joke's on me. Oh! Holy shit. There's a lot of damage. Then again, so do I. Yeah, got him. Whew. Ooh. Mm. Laser beam is stopped. Go, go, storm the factory. Who's he talking to? Oh, that's Tim Drake. Alright, okay. So yeah, I guess that's the game. Oh, hey, Tino. What's up?
Save something precious to me, Terry. Thank you.
Is it just me, or does this game have much more of an ending than the PlayStation 1 did? I don't remember this whole big thing. Or this cool little ending picture. Anyway, we're done here. And yeah, that's I'm surprised seeing the time here. Like it seemed like it should have been a shorter game. But inoffensive enough. I mean, as a time waster. Yeah, so sorry, just to get back to what I was going to say. Well, Bulgaria is definitely... It is a tourist destination. But I was not in the touristy part of the country at all. Bulgaria has, like... In the east of the country, it... forget if it's Black Sea or what sea it is, but it's got coasts and beaches and like a lot of people go there because it's like Bulgaria is a poor country, so things are very cheap. But I was in Sofia, which is like the opposite end of the country. It's really high up in the mountains, so it was really hot in summer, but there was a long snowy winter as well, which is not the case really on the touristy part of the country. But in any event, I went there for work. I was working for Ubisoft in Sofia for about a year. And I wasn't necessarily thrilled about going to Bulgaria. It didn't necessarily appeal to me as such, but it was a job opportunity that it was part of my... I did my internship as part of my like game artist education. And then I stayed there for a while working. I was excited about the opportunity to just go abroad. My experience in Japan studying has been very, very positive. Not just because I enjoyed Japan, but because immersing yourself in a foreign culture, I've found, is a great way to get to know yourself and develop as a person. And there's just no substitute, really. No, the cheap QA is in Romania. Ubisoft Sofia has been one of the teams working on Assassin's Creed since I was there. We developed the Vita, PS Vita spin-off, and that was the first Assassin's Creed game that that office worked on. After that, they worked on Black Flag, and they developed Rogue on their own. And I think since then they've like helped out on each of the major Assassin's Creeds. But I mean, all of Ubisoft's like big productions are cooperation between multiple studios, pretty much. Like Montreal has been the lead studio, sort of in charge of Assassin's Creed, but they've always been sort of assisted by Sofia, for example, but also Annecy and Shanghai and Bucharest, I guess, for QA and stuff like that. So, but yeah, working there was super cool. I'm not particularly interested in Assassin's Creed, generally speaking. I wasn't at the time either, but it was a good job. Great people, great company. They took great care of me, and they had a lot of resources, which was pretty cool. The Vita game Liberation, it was takes place alongside Assassin's Creed 3. You play as the female character Evelyn in New Orleans. It was later re-released on consoles and PC. But anyway, having had a great experience in Japan, meeting people from lots of different countries and just getting perspectives on life and culture, that was just a great experience. I was looking forward to doing the same in Bulgaria. And I definitely got that out of it, for sure. But otherwise I didn't necessarily enjoy the atmosphere. It felt unsafe. It felt poor, for sure. Yeah, I did get a permanent job offer, but I declined because I was pretty homesick at that point, and most of the people that I had known or became friends with were leaving for various reasons. So I chose not to stay. I stuck around long enough to finish the project, but I didn't stay longer than that. What the fuck is he doing? So, I mean, yeah, my career could have certainly looked a little different if I could probably have been there. Or could, for sure. I know that I would not have been fired. I mean, they're doing well. And I got along well with my superiors. They were very happy with my work. But, like I said, it was just not the right place at the right time for me to stay. However, what I was going to get at before this long detour was that one of the things I was looking forward to was like, hey, it's a new country, it's a new culture. I really look forward to experiencing the food. You know, I love food, and I love having new food experiences. It's like one of my favorite things in life. And I was largely pretty disappointed, I have to say. Not to say I never had good food, but so many places just like were pretty mediocre. Service was generally terrible everywhere. The worst part of that, I think, is unfortunately there were places that were kind of what I was looking for. But the people I stayed in an apartment with two of my classmates who were also there for the internship. And they were both very picky about food. So they pretty much, there was one restaurant close to the office, and they were like, okay, we like this one. We're gonna eat here every day now. And only at a few exceptions were I able to convince them to eat somewhere else or find other people to eat with so we could go to another place. Yeah, you could kind of tell, like, there was, again, like, service was just, it didn't seem like, certainly compared to Japan, it's very different. Yeah, so, like, my ability to even have those food experiences was stunted a little bit by the people I was with. I mean, I wanted to, but it wasn't worth saying, fuck it, I'm gonna go eat by myself every day if I can eat what I want. But I mean, I remember there was like this, we were in this big office building with a lot of other companies, and there was this cafeteria, and every day was different food. You never really knew what anything was. You basically would pick and choose what you want, and then you, depending on whatever you picked and how much of it you got, you just pay different prices for everything. And I thought that was awesome. Basically, you just go there, you point at stuff, and there's this super jolly old man who would, like this, like big, happy, fat guy who would like gesticulate wildly and like happily just slop everything up on a plate. He was awesome, and I was like, that's exactly the type of experience I love. Well, my friends would like poke at their food with a fork and go, "Ugh, this is weird," and then like, oh, I never want to go here again. It sucked. But frankly, I did have a lot of experiences. Like, there's tons of places where you can just get a pizza slice, like hole-in-the-wall type spots, and they always looked great, and sometimes they even smelled pretty good. But they were terrible. You wouldn't think pizza can be bad, but I'm sorry, people in Bulgaria just don't know pizza. Ironically, I guess they did, however, have Domino's, which we don't have here in Sweden, and I would get Domino's takeaway every now and then. It was pretty expensive, but that was like a luxury. Anyway, that's my story on Bulgarian food, I guess. Let's bring up this. Let's quit the game here and let's get some jams going here, shall we? Let's turn it down a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker for the Game Boy Color by Kemco/Ubisoft has been beaten. I'm not gonna dwell on the fact that I did take a look at the guide because I don't think it really made much of a difference. I didn't even understand it anyway. An hour, 35 minutes, 19 seconds. Let's put that in the green. I made the highlights of the last couple of runs, by the way, yesterday. So they are all on my Twitch page. I just I've been a little lazy with updating the links here, and a little behind on putting them on YouTube, but we'll get there. In any event, next up is another Game Boy Color game. The new Batman Adventures, Chaos in Gotham. So this is, I believe, a different series from the animated series. This is probably the one Batman animated thing I know the least about. Developed by Digital Eclipse. That does not instill me with a lot of confidence, but I really don't know much about it. We've been going for 2 hours here, so I think that's... Yeah, let's hope you don't die from your coffee. I don't really want to drink something hot, so I don't think I'll get a coffee, but I might get something to wake me up a little bit. Certainly something more to drink. But let's hop over here and update this for our next game. Our next game will be game number 32. Let's see if we can get this going here. Swoosh. There we go. So, Chaos in Gotham. Another Game Boy Color game. Probably terrible. Let's see. I'll be taking a bit of a break, so I might be a couple of minutes, but I won't be too long. And once I return, let's check out Batman, Chaos in Gotham. Be right back.